As I was making the video for the Leman Russ, I thought it a little sad that as I addressed all the turret weapon variants, I only had the Punisher and the battle cannon on my tanks, and then, when I went to get the file address, I saw that it had been taken down. I went to Daltax's page and found it under a new name, and look, there's actually a dozer blade this time. So, I re-downloaded, looked in the files and found a Demolisher and Vanquisher had been added as well. Okay, let's print those. But wait, where's the Annihilator, the Executioner, the Exterminator and the Eradicator? Now, these all came with the Station Forge model, but the whole reason for doing this reprint is because they are just a little bit too big. The model comes with the blank weapon mount plate specifically for kit bashing, so right, drag them into Lychee. Select the Station Forge guns and hit scale. Reduce them to 75% so they fit on the plate properly. Rotate on the red axis to 29 degrees and starting with the Executioner, hit planar cut and drag down the barrel to the point where I can cut away the Station Forge mounting and keep the rest of the weapon. Then the Eradicator, same thing. Hit planar cut and drag down to sever at the point the Nova Cannon emerges. Onto the Annihilator, and again, planar cut where the twin las cannon appear. And finally, I do like a nice whopper Vanquisher, and so reckon I'll keep the Station Forge one. So, planar cut just below the two holes on the sides. Duplicate the kit bash plate and then rotate the weapons back to 0 degrees so that they are standing straight up. Then, one by one, move the guns into position, centering them on the plates and then lowering them until they merge into them. Swing up to an overhead view and then make sure that they are all properly centered. Then, to ensure a higher degree of success for the print, group them, select them and rotate a little. And finally, drag and drop the Demolisher and some other weapons in to give me a full selection so I can duplicate some things if I need to. Rotate them to the same rough angle as everything else and then auto-generate light supports and export.
Music!
After giving them a blast of Chaos Black primer, a solid coat of Abaddon Black, and by dabbing around I found the odd stray support in the muzzles or in some other holes, and I popped those with an X-Acto and reapplied the paint. A dry brush of Iron Hand Steel over the whole array, and for the plasma, apply a layer of White Scar to the heating coils, and then once this is totally dry, grab the Tesseract Glow and wash it in so that the watery shade settles in the troughs to get a nice deeper colour, and then it rises up, getting lighter until it reaches the tops with a much lighter hue. Oh, and of course, the reason I'm making these weapons is because the turrets on the previous edition were fixed in place. You printed the turret with either the Punisher Gatling cannon or the battle cannon. The new edition has turrets with an open slot so you can change out the weapons. Right, print up a couple, paint them black, give them a dry brush of Iron Hands, and then paint the panels with Corn Red. Give that a wash of Caribou Crimson Shade, and then reprint the transfers, and using the micro set, get them in and get them on. Right, let's hit that lore again, this time with accurate pictures. The main armament, a turret-mounted battle cannon with a magazine of 40 rounds, and a hull-mounted las cannon heavy flamer or heavy bolter with 600 rounds. These are standard loadouts, along with a hunter-killer missile and smoke launchers for defense. The Annihilator. Twin-linked las cannons see the reverse of shells, replaced with power cells to elevate the Leman Russ to a more potent armor-killing format. The Demolisher. Sacrificing range for sheer destructive capabilities, the Demolisher makes the Leman Russ a close heavy fire support vehicle ideal for plunging deep into the midst of the enemy and pouring out devastation in every direction. The Eradicator. The Nova Cannon employs intense total body disruption, making it ideal for urban combat and other infantry capabilities. High-caliber ballistic shells negate enemy cover and flatten large areas with ease, penetrate structures to batter opponents with devastating overpressure, and because of this, it is also an excellent weapon to deploy in dense jungle. The Executioner, twin-linked autocannon, serves an effective counter to lightly armoured horde-like armies, rapid heavy fire being excellent at countering such opponents, tearing apart heavy troops and shattering mechanised columns. The Exterminator. Produced on the Forge World of Riser, this tank's plasma destroyer cannon is as devastating as it is temperamental. Despite emergency venting, heat shielding and coolant systems, the weapon has extremely high power demands, and catastrophic failure is a common occurrence that damages or destroys the tank and often vaporizes adjacent troops, whether friend or foe. Despite this hazardous nature, it is an exemplary weapon for carving apart heavy armour, and exterminator crews are regarded as foolish, suicidal, insane, inhumanely brave, or a mixture of all of those. The Punisher, the primary anti-infantry variation. The Punisher Gatling cannon is a rapid-firing slug thrower that hurls a withering barrage of fire to cut down vast numbers of enemy troops with satisfying ease. The Vanquisher. Increasingly rare because the Orc warlord Argard the Defiler stormed the Forge World of Tigris in the 35th millennium, destroying the only known STC for this weapon, making it far more difficult to replicate. The Vanquisher cannon is the supreme tank killer, almost twice the barrel length of the Imperial battle cannon. Its long range delivers a shaped charge that can pierce the thickest armour and densest hide to unleash incredible damage. The greatest monsters and the most formidable tanks and vehicles are helpless against the sheer potency of the Vanquisher, and this is why the Forge Worlds persevere so diligently in copying from the remaining arsenal while they can. The Leman Russ battle tank. Durable, effective, highly variable, and supplied in massive quantities. It is little wonder this brutal war machine has become the backbone of the Astra Militarum's armoured might.